All right, guys, so let's see if we're actually live this go round. I'm going to go ahead and get started with the invites, since I do understand that for some weird and crazy reason, you guys are not receiving notifications. So I'm going to go ahead with the invites and get those sent out to the crew. And I have put into Facebook a query, error log, or whatever you want to call it, because I am truly confused as to why all of a sudden we no longer have notifications when we go live. So I've cut the music this time because I'm noticing some small idiosyncrasies that are driving me batty with regards to the live. So I wanted to go ahead and at least get these sent out. And by me going ahead and sending these out, hopefully you guys will go ahead and begin to receive those. And I've cut the music today in hopes that that will help with a little of what we see going on. And we'll see how this begins to go. Because I should not, if you've elected on your end to receive notifications and you've selected the bell, then you should automatically receive the notifications. But for some reason, that is not happening. So let me ask a couple of questions while I have you guys signing on and getting started. So did you guys actually receive the notification, or did you receive an invite? So in the comments bar, help me understand what's going on, because you know right now there's a great influx going on with Facebook groups. Let's understand that first. Welcome, Jackie. What's going on, Tanisha? Thank you for being so coachable, teachable, trainable, Cheryl. Getting here and being ready to rock and roll. What's going on, Tawana? So yes, guys, definitely go ahead and let me know whether or not you saw the notification or you received my invite. So either type notification or invite, because I'm trying to see basically what the problem is. You guys are not receiving notifications any longer. And I can see that specifically for today, I did not send out a notification to Tawana, but I see you're on. I did send a notification out to you, Jackie, and to Miss Phyllis and Elva. I probably should have held off on Elva's because I know that she's online too, and then she would have been able to give me a proper feedback from that. So I'm just trying to figure out what's going on with the notification process. And again, I have gone ahead and sent over a query or an error report to Facebook, because previously there were no issues with you guys receiving notifications whenever the live happened. Now I'm having to send the invites, but we know that's going to be the case because Facebook groups are going through a lot of changes right now. So that is perfectly fine. What's going on, Tony Troy? So good to see you guys. So while you guys are letting me know whether or not you received the notification or you received the invite to get on this, type that information into the comment below, either notification or invite. Meaning, did you see the little red live thing in your notification, and did it say you've been invited, or was it just a notification that said you've been notified that we're live here in the group? We're trying to figure out what the situation is right now. So, and I said round two because I actually started this live timely at 12 o'clock, actually 3 minutes before 12, and I started with my normal music, and for some reason it kicked me out. So I may not be able to have the music here inside of the group. Generally, that's not an issue inside of a group, whether or not it gets posted, but obviously Facebook is not liking it, so we may not have our pomp and circumstance and motivation music. I may have to come up with some other form of hype to get us excited. Okay, so Antoinette, Tony Troy, she received the invite. Okay, so Tawana, you saw the notification. Okay, so we've got to figure out what's going on. Key, did you receive the notification or did you receive the invite? We're trying to figure out, of course, you know, because you informed us of some of the changes going on with Facebook and the F8 conference with with the changes that are going on in Facebook groups. So we're just trying to figure out what's going on. So again, thank you guys for joining me on today. It's Freedom Friday. This is round 2, and today's topic is This Just Might Save Your Branding with the brand master myself. Today we're going to discuss your imaging and imaging high resolution image use. So today is the last day that we're taking like those print questions. You guys know if you ask me next week when we move into the web realm of this, I'll still answer the questions, but we're kind of closing out this area and opening up the next area. Okay, awesome. See, I'm telling you guys, don't you guys love and enjoy our network of influence? Thank you so much, Keith, for letting us know that. Well, that's fine. You know, so I'll probably go back, and as I continue to load up certain things, take some of the beginning that's playing music out, and that's perfectly fine. So let's move directly over into our 30 days, 30 ways to self-improvement. Go ahead and get that typed in so that it can be elected and populate here on the screen so that you guys can see. Stop looking at my big old face. Not that there isn't another big old face for you, but let's go ahead and get into today, May the 10th, day 10, when you actually go right here and elect to grab your download. It's going to populate so you guys can open it. And there you have it on the screen, 30 days, 30 ways to self-improvement. Okay, so Tawana also got the notification that says Martina is live. Key got the notification that said Martina is live. Antoinette received an invite. Okay, so Talisha, I selected you, so you probably got the invite. But we're just trying to figure out what's going on. So my wonder is the reason that you guys may not have been previously receiving before the notification may have been because I started, as I usually do, with music. So today we started with no music just to see what happens. And since we all know good old Facebook is listening, we will not play any music. So here we are, day 10, May the 10th. Well, let's scroll down here to day 10, and let's go ahead and get started here with day 10. So here, day 10, choose your filters wisely, right? So you heard me over the last 2 days talk about keeping positive people close to you and then kicking negative people out of your bubble. So we're going to talk about today choosing filters wisely. So if you read negative stories or you watch the news, which I do not, and you get involved in gossip, you will most likely end up with negative thoughts. And we're not saying that negative thoughts will not inundate your mind anyway, but this just opens another portal and just even more of an avenue for it to flood in. After all, negative stories are what so much of these things focuses on nowadays anyway. So when you look at the news, you're going to see negativity. When you look at certain posts on Facebook, you're going to see negativity. So if you take the time to choose the books, the music, and the television that you let in, then you begin to filter and choose your portals of entry and exit. You're in control of that, right? You want to stop hanging out on social media network gossip sites that actually take you away from the positive influences of life. These actually take you away from generally the positive or the good or the upward direction that you're moving in. So you want to remove yourself from those type of situations. You want to keep yourself close to positive people who are actually helping you to elevate and to level up, and keep the negative people out of your bubble. That's what we mean by choose filters wisely. So if you're reading books, right, and if you're wondering what books you should be reading books by Les Brown. You should be reading books by Mr. Strozé Hill. You should be reading books by Mr. Julian Gordon. You should be reading books by Miss Mel Robbins. You should be reading books by Miss Michelle Obama. There are books that you should be reading that will help you level up. Period, point blank, no questions asked. Because now you're in control of that positivity that you allow in, and you are actually filtering out the negativity. So I hope you understand that on this journey, this 30 ways and this 30 days to self-improvement, here in day 10, choose your filters wisely and make sure that you are paying attention to your circle of influence and who is in and around you. because if you can control that and you can control your mindset and your mind, then you're going to be in a much better position. So I hope you guys understand that. That makes sense to you. You feel really good about it. So you see what's coming up over the weekend, this Saturday and this Sunday. Day 11, listen to the right kinds of music. And day 12, start your day the right way. We'll get over into those this Saturday or Sunday. However, if I get wrapped up, you may get them on Monday. We will see. But if you guys, I know Elva specifically, she may not be able to hop on at the moment. Elva specifically was giving me a little bit of information about how a lot of these videos and this journey has been able to assist her with getting herself organized and using the accountability sheets and writing things down, how they have been able to assist her in a really, really great way. So that helps me to know that the things that I'm sharing with you guys, that they're actually helping you guys. So that helps me help you. So currently, if you have no idea what I'm talking about, let me pull it up here. Here inside of our community, I've switched it up and organized them. So now you no longer have to go and look and find them. They're here as soon as you click on learning. I wish we could rename the name of it to, I don't know, momentum or business accountability or something, so you'd be able to find them. But either way, here we are. You are able to locate them here. And then once you click on the topic, you open up the topic, and now you are available to drop your post, say something about your post in the post image here. Similarly, you'll see we're in week 2, and I posted mine. Let's go. Who's got next? Right? I see many of you have seen it. That's great. Out of 60 plus people in the group, that is not great that only 8 of you have seen it. We've got to get the numbers up. I need to get you guys accountable. I need to get you involved. So I greatly appreciate Gran and Tanisha and Phyllis and Elva and Dexter for going ahead and looking at this. However, I need you guys to move to the next level. I need for you guys to literally go ahead and post your accountability. Now, if you're on your phone, it's a little bit harder to find sometimes, and that can drive you a little bit batty. I was just talking about you, Elva. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It can drive you a little bit batty locating it, and if that's the case on your mobile device, then go to a post that's already there and select comment. Okay, sometimes this little area for you to create your own post doesn't show up on the mobile device, and that can be a pain. But regardless, go ahead and show your accountability. Be open, vulnerable, and be willing to be held accountable so that you can look back and see your progress. Guys, look at this. You literally can go back months at a time and see the accountability that has been posted. I can also see the inactivity that's been not posted or that has not been posted as well. So I want to see you guys showcasing what you're doing. I was really blessed by her testimony this morning, and I would love to be able to see the progress that many of you are making, but if you don't put it in here, we can't see it. Okay, so I hope that makes sense to you guys. So definitely get your comment in here, get your image in here, do your accountability. If you're trying to figure out where to locate these forms, then you can come here in the group, and they're right here at the very bottom. This is the May 3-pack. Now here inside of the May 3-pack, I want you guys to see, let me see, I was hoping that it would just open it. But since it made me download it, I'll go ahead and open it this way. Here inside of the May 3-pack, here is the daily. So if you choose to print out all 31 days of May, go right ahead. If you choose to print out 1 month, 1 sheet at a time, which is what I recommend to get started, your momentum planner, go ahead and set up your Q2 goals. Go ahead and set up your monthly objectives. Go ahead and write down everything that you have scheduled for the month, because here's an area that you can actually write in some of the new information that's coming in. Go ahead and set out what you plan to do, your 5 objectives for the first week, the second week, the third, fourth, and fifth week. And then have a little area here where you can actually jot down some notes, right? So if you want to do it weekly and you want to go ahead and print out 5 of these and be a little bit more detailed, great, right? But when you're first getting started, I suggest using the monthly one because it's not as overwhelming. Does that make sense? So if it's not as overwhelming, you should be able to keep up and do what you got to do. So the reason that I'm bringing up this accountability for you guys to see, because as we begin to move forward with the private coaching that's coming, we're going to be talking about different things, right? So here inside of this particular area, I was letting you know that we were going to be talking about scheduling here for the week, letting you guys see that these have already been written out. When you go ahead and write the plan, as you see here, and I'm going to show you guys, this helps you do these lives that many of you are scared to do, because you literally write out and you plan your post ahead of time, right? So if I was able to blow this up here on the screen, you would be able to see that these were all the points that I talked about on Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday. And right here, I'm getting ready to get into the points about imaging and high resolution images for today. This helps you appear very organized and very professional, right? And that's what you want to be as a leader. Okay, this helps you organize for the month. This one helps you actually plan out your post so you don't feel overwhelmed when you're speaking, you don't get lost, you don't get confused, your image stays very much intact, and again, you appear like the professional that you are aiming to be, that you're becoming, right? So let's talk a little bit more about the imaging. With regards to what you hear a lot of the times when I speak with you, you can't see me, but do you not understand that I'm excited? My image is that I'm actually giving you this information. I'm passionate about the information that I'm sharing with you. I enjoy what I'm doing. I'm doing it from the comfort of my home. And because I don't like to get dressed and wear dresses and wear makeup and, you know, put jewelry on every day, I'm able to do it from the comfort of my home in my own space, in my own PJs sometimes. Sometimes I have sweat clothes on because I might be getting ready to go walk, which isn't very often. Or I could have a suit on because I'm getting ready to head down to the pool with the kids, which you know I'm not getting in. But either way, I could just be simply relaxed and having a house cleaning day. But the bottom line is, you feel the passion and the smile and the professionalism and the consistency all coming through my voice. Why is that? Because I have already planned out, I've already made the plan, written the plan, and I'm able to follow the plan and deliver. Now, how could I make that even better? One of the ways that I can make it even better is if I were to know what it is that you all would prefer me to speak on, right? I know the information I'm giving is very detailed. Thank you for those words. I know the information that I'm giving you is what you're looking for because you don't have a lot of questions, but you do engage, you do interact. So I know I'm hitting the pain points that you may need to hear so that you can move in the direction that you need to move in, but I still would like more engagement and more understanding of what it is that you need. Why? So that I can ensure that I have your solutions. That is a note that you should be jotting down for yourself as well as for your business goals, because people have this one question that happens a lot of time, and that is, how do I find my target audience? How do I find the targeted people who need what it is I have to offer? Well, one of the best ways that you can find the targeted person, and I'm hoping you guys are jotting this down, one of the best, most surefire ways that you can find the targeted individual that needs what you have is by providing the solution, not the product, not the service, but the solution. So if you know, just like I do, that you guys have a problem being focused, staying on course, staying on topic, you may have a problem with or an unresolved issue with how do I literally put a post together, a sequence of posts together, then here's what you're looking at on the screen is a planning sequence. And you're sitting here saying to yourself, okay, for me saying to you, here are the key areas that encompass the print area of design. That would be logos. Let me scroll up just a little bit so you can see that. That would be logos, business cards, postcards, banners, and your image. Those are the 5 things that we're going to focus on with regards to when we get started with the private coaching. And we're going to go to those in a little bit more depth. And I know you're wondering, how can there be any more depth beyond what we received this week? But there is. If you're looking at this information, then you take that information that you know you need to know about, right? And then you share the answers, the solutions on various days following a plan. Those people who need those solutions are going to comment, like, share, reach out to you. That's how you start to find your target audience. And then you continue to engage and chat with them to ask, where are their frequent places that they are at on the web? Are they just on Facebook? Are they also on other social media platforms? And then you correspond where they are with where you're currently at and see whether or not you're available to start something there that would service them, thereby expanding your brand. So the best way to find your target market or your premier client or customer is by providing the value and the solution, not the product or the service, right? With the brand coaching, people don't have logos. They don't have business cards. They don't have postcards. They don't have banners, and they're not sure how to find high quality imaging or how to actually prepare their own personal image. And so here are the things we're talking about. So you want to be passionate. You want to have a smile. You want to be clean and professional. You want to be consistent. You want to be warm. You want to be inviting and genuine, right? And then you want to have a separate space for your personal and a separate space for your business. And yes, sometimes those lines will cross and they will merge. But these are ways that you can answer the solution. People are wondering how. Get organized. Write the plan. Figure out what it is that you want to do or what it is that you need. And once you get all that figured out, write it down and put it in some form or shape or order, and then give it away. What's going on, Miss Phyllis? And then give it away. Give it away with your logo on it, with your image on it, with your contact information on it. All of that is what would need to be on your information so that people can find you, they can follow you, they can friend you, they can subscribe to you, right? Because you're giving them what it is that they're missing. So that is a part of your image, right? So when you're giving this information away, the question that you may have is, where do I locate other images that may be about what I'm offering, but not me? So I need for you guys to type in pexels.com. Where did it just go? All right, let's try that again. There we go. I don't want it to go that way. I want it to go to the main page. All right. So here on pexels.com, notice what it says. The best free stock photos and videos shared by talented creators. So here, when you're on this site, if you notice, these are some really bright and vibrant images, right? Here is where you could get vibrant, bright, high-resolution images, even motion images, as you see, and many, oh, that's beautiful. Many of them are free. So say you an individual that made head wraps. These are not your specific designs. However, would that not be a great backdrop to a post, to a header, an article? That would catch your eye instantly. If you were a makeup artist, you could also use this. If you were in fashion and apparel, you could also use this. If you were in self-development, motivation, affirmations, inspiration, you could also use this image. So depending on what your niche is, even this image is very alluring, right? There are many images that you can locate on here, and you can do them very easily by utilizing the search bar at the top. You can join if you want to do contributions. If you happen to be a photographer, you could join and you could submit, but you could also purchase and buy. But check this out. So let me go with, we'll just say motivation for a topic. Look how high and clear and crisp a lot of these images are. and you would just simply download them. I know this one looks familiar to some of you guys, right? So you can select it, and there's the free download option, right? You could follow this artist that submitted it and go ahead and get you some following there. So free high resolution images, and then it takes you down to the ones that are sponsored that you have to pay for. But I'd be doggone, that's a nice set of images there that you could utilize and cater your information towards what specifically you're trying to do. So that is one site. Okay, cool, Cheryl, not a problem. We're right at the cutoff time. So good to see you. Catch the replay. You know where to forward to about 25 minutes in, and we'll be good to go. Have a better than amazing day. I look forward to talking with you soon. I'm going to hit you up in Messenger pretty soon as well. But so there's one, Pexels. And then finally, here's another one. I think it's Pixabay or Pixabay. Pixabay. There we go. So Pixabay, again, stunning free images and royalty-free stock, right? So these are images that you can utilize. You're just not supposed to sell them, okay? So look at all those nice, high-quality images as well. So let's type in here, motivation. And look at there. Once again, very diverse images that you could actually utilize for inspiration posts, for flyer design, for quotes, for headers, for backgrounds, plethora of things that you could figure out how to use them. But high resolution images are important, because one thing that I absolutely despise is when you go grab an image and the image that you grab is blurry. That drives me probably batty more than anything else. But as you see, there are ways to get high resolution quality images. When you use low resolution images and they're blurry and things like that, it's actually affecting your image as well, okay? So if you're a person out here who's earning a high cash flow, who's making great revenue, who's building an amazing team, but you're using low quality and blurry images, it doesn't look like you're serious about your business. It doesn't look like you're caring about the image, and it's also diminishing not only your brand, but the product or service or company brand that you're actually working in partnership with. So I hope that makes sense to you guys as well. And then finally, another place that you can find images is literally, you can go to Google, bring up the search bar, and you can type in here, motivation images, and then select the image button. Now, here's the key. Here is the key. When you go to Google and you select motivation images, let me do motivation background images, because we don't want the quotes on here. You'll see why. And that, well, not you will see why. You see why. Because they're all branded to whoever made those. So that means now anybody can use them and you won't get the credit or the accolades or the notoriety. So here are some background images. Now let me show you what generally happens. A person goes, says, hey, I like this image right here, and they grab it. 626 by 417 is what shows up. They don't even pay that any attention. That's the image that they want. So they take and they use that image, right? So when they use that image, what generally happens, and I'm gonna try to see if I can get it smaller and smaller. I was trying to, there we go. They'll take that little bitty image that's actually 390, this means the pixel width and the height, and they'll take it and stick it on Facebook into a space that's this big. And it will be blurry. It will have horrible quality. It will it'll just be a mess. And these you can see when they first load are a little bit blurry, or they'll use one that's actually proprietary to someone else and has a big old watermark across it that basically saying is do not use it, go buy it, right? Again, a mark of a novice person, not necessarily a professional, okay? So we want to make sure that we keep it professional, that we utilize it. Let me tell you how to get around that when you actually see small pixel sizes. If you'll go right here to this option called Tools, and you'll go over here to this next option called Large. Now here are all the larger images, and now you can begin to scroll and see if you may possibly see one that has the mountainous background or motivation background that you're looking for, right? And it's okay if you're trying to use an image like this and give that person that credit. Let's click on this one. All right, and there's their logo on there, right? So say you were to use this one as a backdrop. You wouldn't necessarily have to take out this logo. You would go ahead and center your quote right there and maybe place your logo over here and then type under it quote credit, because over here, this is image credit, okay? So yes, images may be subject to copyright, but you're not trying to sell it. You're actually just promoting the motivation that's evident in here. Make sense to you guys? So that is one way that you are available to find high resolution images that don't damage your image or your brand. So I'm checking in the chat again. As usual, I don't see any questions. So as usual, let's hope I did a better than amazing job. So again, on Monday, we talked about logo design being simple, memorable, effective, versatile, clean, appropriate in both color, black and white, and grayscale. That with my branding services, you get the formats, the colors, the motion file, and sometimes a business card design. All right, on Tuesday, we talked about business card design, which I just mentioned, about how it needs to have your entity, your name, your logo, your slogan, your contact information, your web, your social media references, and of course, a payment alternative if you have that option, how you should use both the front and the back, making one side matte so that you can write on it and make it more personalized, as well as I'm a portrait girl, even though I do have some horizontal business cards, but making sure that it's a sturdy business card. And I like to use rounded corners because they are a unique feature. All right. In addition to that, on Wednesday, we discussed the postcard. All of the similar features from the business card should be placed on the postcard, but depending on if you have an event, you have to ensure that you have the event location, date, time, payment alternative. Sometimes a rain date is needed, and of course, contact information for whoever is hosting the event. Also with that, it comes in so many various sizes. You need to pick one that is not only unique, but caters to the actual event theme, right? And then you want to make sure that you receive that in an e-blast alternative so it can be used in email, so that it can be used in anything digital, as well as be available for printed formatting. Finally, on yesterday, we talked about banners. And with regards to banners, the use of them at an event as a backdrop, and the use of them if you just simply needed to have them on display at all times, right? So in your absence, making sure that your products are there, that they represent your brand well, and that they are available for people to get as much attention as possible, either over to your table or about your brand without you having to be there and being ready. Having walkaway material on the table for people who are walking by while you're engaged with another customer, or having information available if people need to pick up and jot their information down because they're purchasing services or purchasing a product or something. You want to make sure that you have alternatives available for events. You want to make sure the top of that banner speaks boldly about what is going on at your vending station, so that it brings people from way from the left all the way over to the right, and when they get there, they are wowed by the amount of really great, clean, professional information that they see. And then, of course, today we talked about imaging and use of imagery inside of your brand. So I'm hoping today has been a positive day, a very detailed and valuable day for you as well. If you have not had the opportunity, which I hope many of you have, if you have not had the opportunity to opt in to the Brand Master Coaching, please take the time to have a look at it and see whether or not it would be of use to you. All right, there is a lot of information that will be covered inside of the Brand Master Coaching, and I wanted to go to one other area here so that you guys could see what's included. Let me get that pulled up. I don't know why I didn't just go to the group. So here inside of the group, I wanted specifically to go to the post that was just put up so that you guys can see some of the people who have opted in here in the last day or so. We get started on Monday, and this will close out this week, right? So Tanisha has opted in to work on her Visionary of Wealth brand. Sherry L. Webster has opted in to work on her Lit Finances brand. And the reason I'm using the actual brand name in the mentioning of the brand is because even though we're branding the information coming from corporate, as you know, the company is moving towards a brand you community, right? I need for you guys to understand that we're building the brand about you, but we're building it with the support of the company. Miss Phyllis Griffin has opted in to have her coaching done. Talisha Harbin has opted in to have her branding done. I know Miss Tony Troy is considering coming on. So I want you guys to really have a look at what is included so you will understand the magnitude of what we have in here. So I had one other area. Here we are, that I wanted to give you guys information on. So I'm excited about this, and I hope that you are as well. We have a lot that we're going to be covered. We have 7 weeks of impactful information that we are going to cover. So in the first 2 weeks, we're going to cover accountability, mindset, organization, and customization with design implementation. So in that first 1 to 2 weeks, all 3 of these topics are going to be hit, hit, hit. And if you're wondering what I am meaning when I'm saying hit, 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 what's going to be included in that first area, those first 2 weeks, and I'm glad I pulled it up this way so you guys wouldn't be able to see everything, is this is what we're going to cover here in the first couple of weeks. Organization and accounts that you will need, as well as customization and design implementation that you just heard me speak about. We're going to talk about your office space and your atmosphere, the mobile apps on your phone and bookmarks. You're going to need a 3-ring binder, some highlighters, and some dividers. We're going to be checking out your Google and Gmail accounts with regards to your Drive, your calendar, your contacts. What type of equipment that you're going to need if you're choosing to utilize Lives, like if you need a specific type of camera, a microphone, things like that that you may need to set things up and going, what your background should look like, and all of that. We're going to be looking into your Facebook account and creating a YouTube account if you don't have one. We're going to be using and outsourcing to services like Canva and Fiverr. We're actually going to tap into how your MyEcon membership is going to be folded over into all of this for your sales increase, for your partnerships and everything, and then as well as your own personal use. You will need an active MLSP account. Please contact myself if you are not an MLSP basic account member, and I will get you a free a 10-day $10 trial. I would not suggest that you do that so you can maximize your 10 days until the 2nd week. So that's why it says that, because I will be showing you information and sharing with you information from my basic account. Okay, so because I'll be sharing information with you from my basic account, you won't even need to start your 10 days in that first week. So I want you to maximize on the amount of time and make as much as you can during that 10-day period, because at that point you will have an option to upgrade, and that will be totally up to you. And then if you're not in our membership and you have an active business or niche market, these are all the areas that we're going to cover for you. So this is week 1. This is week 1 and 2 as well. We're going to cover, again, logo, business card, postcard, banner design. I see you, Key, not a problem. If you'll go to familyfirsttees.com, that will give you the link so that you can have a look at that. Here it is right here. Let me grab that for you. And if you're interested in sharing the link out, that would be better than amazing as well. All right, there we go. So that should come over to you now. Okay, I do see that one. Yeah, Brandmaster Coaching. She was talking about the coaching tee. Thank you. So here inside of, let me flip back over. Lost my train of thought just a little bit there, because I know Key is probably on her lunch break as well. So I wanted to make sure I did address that. You're welcome, sis. Thank you, Miss Deborah. So good to see you. All right, and so here, still in week 1, the customization and design implementation. I was talking about we're going to go through logo design, business card design, PC, and banner design. We're going to talk about subdomains, domains, email forwards, setup, and vanities. Vanities are like the Bitleys, the Tinies, the Googles. Okay, we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about custom slides or PowerPoint design. PowerPoint costs, Google Slides is free. That's why we're going to be looking into this Google account. We're going to use free products, and I'm going to show you how to market like a professional with many, many, many free products. We talked about high quality imaging. We're going to show you how to manipulate some of the high quality imaging. We're going to talk about positive quotes, affirmations, and motivation, and how that can be customized to you and your brand. How your post, how you're going to create thumbnails for post images and for YouTube. Sorry about that, guys. E-signatures and more. Checklist, ebooks, PDFs. You're going to have custom checklists, custom ebooks, and custom PDFs that you will be able to begin to make profits with. Okay? These are the softwares that are going to be used: Canva, Fiverr, outsourcing, and Google. And I think I had one more that I may need to consider putting on here. I mentioned it a moment ago, but just that quick, I forgot. So this is the agenda that is going to come to you guys. All of this information is going to be in here, where if you need to edit it, you can edit it, but I don't really want you editing it. I just want you over here doing your accountability. Because if you notice there on that post that I had up just a moment ago, accountability is first. And in this form, you're going to be accountable in every single area that we're going to cover, right? You're going to put in your dates, when you started, what you did, very small information, because while we're not trying to make this hard, we just want this to be able to be a checklist. Check it off, and the date you were accountable, move to the next thing, right? That's how simple this process is going to be. And then we're going to move beyond that, guys, into content creation, automation, lead generation, optimization, and cross-platform communications. However, I got through it without getting too tongue twisted. What's going on, Joseph Keys? So good to see you. All righty. So then what I need for you guys to understand, and if you do not, oh, Adobe Acrobat, that was the other one. Let me copy that one. As you see, this form right now is organic because I'm getting ready to release it to you guys. There we go. I'm getting ready to release it to you guys, and I'm getting ready to set up the learning course for it over here. But in order for me to do that, I have to see who all is paid clients and who all are non-paid clients, because some of you are members in here that are non-paid clients, but because you've been branded before, you are allowed to get the same information, as much of the information that you've already received. So if you are not a paid client, you will be removed from the group because we're putting paid content in here. So that is currently how I have it listed. We'll see how it plays out by the time we move into week 2, because you know, I really want you to understand the significance of how to build this brand and become more professional. We have a lot of unprofessional marketers that are out here in general. My goal is to make you all not only professional, but make you profitable. Okay, so that is really my time for today. I know I did a little segue here and added an extra 15 or so minutes on, but I needed you guys to understand the power in what we are looking to do for your journey. Okay, so I hope that you guys received value on today. I'm so glad that you were able to participate, that you were engaged today, and I'm really excited to see us all learn this information, lead with this information, so we can all level up along this journey to your success. My name is Martina Britt Yelverton. That is my time for today, and ensure that you make today a better than, as you know, I love to do it now, amazing day. I'll talk to you guys soon.